Oh, they're gonna be over here. They got like 1 liter.
Yep.
I think, if they're together like that. Yeah, there we go. That's awesome. That's awesome. How was it, Kenan?
It was good.
We got a great view from here.
It was pretty damn cool.
It's because the Palomar Hospital is that building behind the pine trees. Let me run up there. Right there. Oh, that is just velvet. Hey!
Hey!
Let's give him an update here before I have to make a garage clip tonight. So, a couple things are going on. The M3 isn't here it needs.
An alternator.
An alternator.
And a bath.
I mean, we noticed day one were we in Iowa by the time, or Nebraska?
Yeah,
no, we were in like Illinois maybe, where we turned on the air conditioning and the cluster kept resetting about once a minute. Which I guess the AC robs too much power. The cluster is right at the threshold, so it would reset, and then that canceled what?
Cruise control.
Cruise control. That's what you don't want to lose on a road trip. So then we didn't use it at all day 2.
I spent a lot of money to make that work too.
Yeah.
Left, by the way, and Bill really stressed out on making it work. So.
And it does work, but the alternator foiled it. So we didn't use it day 2 at all between Lincoln and Grand Junction.
That felt quite comfortable.
And then day 3 we got a nice early start. Yeah, we didn't need it that day. Day 3 we got an early start and made it all the way into Arizona before we had to turn it on. Mm-hmm. And then it ran from Arizona until San Diego. So you just had to drive it manual.
Then we drove it the following day a couple of times.
Yeah, local traffic we weren't as worried about.
It started having more problems in that it lost the front speakers.
Yeah, the front speakers stopped working.
I think once you start having weird electrical problems, that's when it really is on its way out. So
we're gonna get to that. There's 2 options. There's an 80 amp. There's a 140 amp. We don't know which one makes sense to use yet. If you guys know anything, let me know.
I believe it is the 140 amp because this car did come with heated seats.
It was a cold weather pack thing.
And yes, and they're not the Vaders that are in here are not heated seats. They're manual Vaders, non-heat. But I'm going to add the heating elements back into them and plug them in. It'll work. So I need the 140 amp.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll do that. Then what happened? We got up here today about 12:15 at 12:25 for the Palomar Hospital, as I filmed earlier today. They did a little flyby with the Thunderbolts. Oh, I don't want this on the floor. So that was cool. Did I say Thunderboards? I meant Thunderbolts. Is that right? Doesn't even sound right. Kenan, what are those planes? Thunder what?
Thunderbirds.
Thunderbirds. Yeah, what did I say? Thunderboards? God, I'm all jacked up. Thunderclap. So then we got to working on the E60. I got to working on the E60. Made some coding progress today. The wiring is absolutely kicking my ass. I cannot figure out how to take apart this connector in here that plugs into the ABS module. I need to move pin 41 to pin 6, I think, and I can't do it. I don't know what that means for pin 6. It just... The DIY is not very comprehensive. It says move 41 to 6, but it doesn't say what to do with 6. So I dug this open yesterday. We're going to be ready to... somewhere there's going to be an extra hose coming out that goes for the main, what is it, slave cylinder. It's 6:15 on Friday. I've been going at this for like 10 hours today and I'm fried. We got this all rebuilt. I don't remember what all I gave you an update on, but the torque, the Jubo is torqued to the transmission output shaft with new hardware. The other hardware is just in there hand tight, ready to be installed to a drive shaft. I replaced the selector rod input seal. It's got the E60 M5 shifter carrier, 545i shifter, new bushings, everything's new. Inside we did the fork, we did the nipple thing over here. The pivot nipple is now brass or some sort of a metal. That's all lubricated. New throwout bearing is in. The rear main seal is in the car. The flywheel is torqued on. And then the clutch and pressure plate are the next problem. You have to hold the clutch perfectly centered and then release the tension on the pressure plate so it clamps that clutch in. And the included tool is rubbish. So we're going to have to, we ordered another tool. It's coming in Tuesday. The transmission bracket is back on the transmission support with fresh mounts, all torque to spec and beautiful. We have some clutch hydraulic lines here that are going to go onto the slave cylinder, which is new and torqued as well. And that bracket there, this thing, had to come all the way from Germany, took about 3 weeks. Today was coding day. For the cluster, the combi is now programmed to be a manual. It no longer gives me transmission errors, like no shit, there's no SMG in the car. And the SMG ECU has been deleted. So those error messages are gone. Right now I'm fighting with the tire pressure monitor control thing. That is driving me nuts. I can't figure out how to make it go away. I have turned off RDC and the other one, whatever it is, in every module. In the CAS, in the combi, in the LMA, in the AAPL or whatever, that's Apple stock, whatever the triple C navigation is, all of that stuff is turned off. Yet it continues to tell me that it's dicked. And DSC malfunction, I'm not sure what that's about yet. I moved a pin, the old DSC switch that was here next to the SMG shifter, I moved the signal pin into this panel, the SCM, into pin 3 on the 057 connector. And that's actually how that installs. Nothing else holds it in until you put the faceplate on it. EDC it's bitching about, but this new button here in the console panel lights up. We punched out the hole in the chassis, so the shifter and transmission are kind of ready to be shoved up there, which is nice. The rest of these wires are just going to hang in here like the old EDC, or the EDC one just plugged in. The old power button is just going to hang there. I think that's going to be controlled from within iDrive. On the instrument cluster now, this used to show, I think it was the top one? The bottom one? The bottom one used to show neutral 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and reverse. Now that it's coded for manual, it actually works, which I'm happy about. It just shows range, economy, and oil level, and then the top one goes back and forth between temperature and time, and then the date. So that's all set up for a manual. EDC, I don't know why it's bitching about that. I have to figure that out later. There's no DME plugged in, so that might have something to do with it. DSC malfunction, flat tire monitor. Once you get rid of all that, then you can make your way back to normal iDrive. So it's a hell of a lot of work. Kenan was working most of the day too. He got the blue bus. He and I got the blue bus mounted onto one of those brackets like I made for my car. Made a little suspension for it with some rubber washers and hardware. It's just not installed in the car yet because I need some extension cables for the 3-pin iBus. So those are on the way. We fixed his B-pillars from when we dropped the headliner to replace the sunshade, or the sunroof. We broke a bunch of clips, so all of that's put back together and all the clips are nice now. And he spent most of the day yesterday doing Swiss Vax, and I don't know what he used as a conditioner in the car. Well, that it was the conditioner. Probably Zeno Z9 and then Swiss Vax, and it smells amazing in there. The leather's all soft and matte. It's really nice. Even the steering wheel matted out. So it is Friday at 6:30. We got to get the hell out of here. Go get some dinner and perhaps a cocktail or 4. All right, this pig has not run now since March or so. Because it was here for like a week, and then I took it out and flipped it around. And it's been plugged in charging. But I make the bet. No, I won't do that. But I bet it ticks. I bet it ticks. This isn't a 62. Yeah, it's an 02. Let's see what happens here. God, that's annoying. It doesn't even tick after 2.5 months.
What did I tell you? I told you it wouldn't tick for me.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I know it is.
Sounds great. It's really quiet. How's it feel?
Oh man, this is unbelievable.
Hard to beat it.
Really
It's a lot quieter than the M3 and a lot faster.
A lot faster.
The first drive, of course, has to be the Del Dios highway. Oh yeah. Hey, Garage Clip. Good morning. I don't know, it's close to morning right now. Kenan and my dad got Chipotle for dinner tonight. I ate some leftover steak and cooked up some broccoli and made some breadsticks and ate a handful of carrots, and we had Dom Pedro's tonight. Yes, Adrian, I made tonight my first Dom Pedro, and like Kenan, I botched it. But, you know, we learned a little bit too much schnapps. We ended up with 2/3 of a shot, which isn't much at all for 2 of them, but I think I need to do about a half a shot for 2 of them, plus the ice cream and a splash of milk. So we're working on it. Today, some good progress on the E60. The highlights are we coded some modules, we made some progress. I moved one wiring pin today for the DSC passive wire, which is a blue wire out of the S6 and into the A169, which is out of the DSC button and into the center console MDM mode, center console switching module. I don't know if that's right or not, but hey, it's something. I already talked to you at the shop for a lot about that, so I won't waste much of your time with that tonight. Tomorrow, my dad's friend from North Carolina comes in. He's going to pick him up, I think, tomorrow morning at KSAN downtown the airport. And then we're going to be at the shop tomorrow afternoon working on the E60. I think the project will be clutch hydraulics. We ordered a pedal kit online. It's coming in Tuesday. So we'll probably work on getting to the point where we're ready to install the clutch stuff and run a line to the firewall or through the firewall into the brake master cylinder, and then somehow I don't know how that works. We'll figure it out. I will talk to you guys tomorrow.